A Russian transport plane has crashed in Syria, killing all 39 people on board, including 33 passengers and 6 crew members. Russia's defense ministry said the AN-26 aircraft crashed on Tuesday as it made its approach for landing at an airbase near the city of Latakia.
Военный самолет летел из Алеппо на авиабазу Khmeimim и разбился при заходе на посадку в 500 метрах от взлетно-посадочной полосы.
أنا في شيء بالساعة أنا في شيء
في استطلاع في شيء اسمه فيه
2018 نرجع المدينة. الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Officials say the plane was not attacked and that a technical malfunction may have caused the crash.
Как подчеркивает Министерство обороны, никакого огневого воздействия на Ан-26 не было, и в качестве предварительной версии называют техническую неисправность.
The Russian daily Kommersant reported on January 3rd that Russia's Khmeimim airbase was shelled by militants on December 31st. According to Kommersant, 4 Su-24 attack aircraft, 2 Su-35S multi-role fighters, and 1 An-72 transport aircraft were destroyed as a result of the shelling. The daily added that 9 service members may have received injuries. On January 4th, the Russian Defense Ministry confirmed mortar attack by a mobile militant subversive group on Khmeimim airbase and the death of 2 military servicemen, but denied any equipment damage. Earlier, the ministry said in a statement that the same day a Russian Mi-24 helicopter crashed due to a technical fault near the Syrian Hama military airfield. Both pilots died. The engineer was also injured, and a rescue team was sent to him to Khmeimim, where he received necessary assistance. The statement denied that the helicopter had come under fire.
إن الطائرة TRT World's defence analyst Ube Shabanda joins me live in the studio now. Ube, first of all, what do you make of the significance of, first, the fact that the rebels have a drone like this, and secondly, that they would attack the Russian military and not the Syrian military?
Well, no doubt this has been the single deadliest week for the Russian military forces in Syria since they entered Syria in 2015. Now, the Russians have a permanent base in Khmeimim, so they were a major target. We're seeing a trend by Syrian rebel forces of increasingly using these weaponized drones against the regime forces and now the Russian forces in Syria. Now, this is very significant because this is perhaps the highest casualty rate that we've seen Russian forces suffer in Syria since they entered Syria in 2015. Now, the Russians just held a military parade on the same airbase in December, claiming that their military operations were successful and that some of the Russian forces could go back home to Syria, to Russia. Now, the fact that the Russians have indicated that they're going to maintain their military forces in Syria for a long period of time, given that they signed these military basing agreements with the Assad regime, it's pretty clear that rebels in Syria are going to increasingly target Russian forces as they operate throughout Syria, not just in the airbase, but there's also Russian special forces that are operating on the front lines in support of the Assad military and the Assad military allied militias as they continue to battle rebels in northwest Syria.
Ukraine has vowed to avenge the deadliest single attack yet by militants in eastern Ukraine. This video from AFP you're about to see purports to show video of an anti-aircraft weapon streaking to the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Moments later, an explosion in the night sky. There is nothing for several seconds. That was the explosion, and then a very large explosion, the crash of a military transport with 49 aboard. There are no survivors. CCTV's Kate Parkinson reports from Luhansk in eastern Ukraine.
This is all that's left of the Ilyushin 76 Ukrainian military transport plane. It crashed into this field in the early hours of Saturday morning after coming under anti-aircraft fire on approach to Luhansk airport. Fighters confirmed they had shot down the jet and said that all military airplanes in the area are targets.
This footage posted online appears to show the wreckage of a Ukrainian military transport plane shot down in the east of the country. It was carrying 8 people, and the Ukrainian defense minister said a search and rescue operation was underway to find them. President Poroshenko held an emergency meeting with his security chiefs. Ukrainian officials said the missile that downed the plane was a powerful one and probably fired from Russia. It has become clear that the plane was shot down at a height of 6,500 meters. Mobile rocket launchers, which are used by rebels, can't shoot the plane down at this height, which means it was shot down by another more powerful weapon, which was probably used from the territory of the Russian Federation.
Ополченцы сообщают, что им удалось сбить еще один транспортный самолет украинских военно-воздушных сил. Это произошло над городом Торез, самопровозглашенной Донецкой республики. Все произошло около 5 часов вечера по московскому времени. Над городом пролетал Ан-26. Внезапно в него врезалась ракета, раздался взрыв, самолет начал падать. В небе можно было наблюдать черный дым. Ан-26 упал в стороне от жилых кварталов в районе шахты. Добавлю, что Торез находится около города Снежное и кургана Саур-Могила. Эти территории контролируют ополченцы.
Недавно Псаки очень точно сказал, почему упал евразийский Боинг. Видели, они замолчали. Они замалчивали. Они поняли, кто там нарушил это все. И замолчали. Но Псаки выдала. И выдала точно причины падения Боинга. Малазийский Боинг, сказал он, упал, потому что был тяжелее воздуха.
Гениально.